Hello there, this is Becca with Amazing Paper Grace, and I'm back today for part 2 of right angle punching. Now this is a card that I have on my blog today, and I used that technique and stacked 2 of the borders using the right angle punching on top of each other, and I think that's quite pretty. So yesterday we learned how to do a postage size stamp, and this is what we're going to learn how to do today. It's a little bit harder, but if you can do this, you can do this. And then tomorrow, this is where we're going. So let's get started. As I mentioned before, paper size is not important because you end up whittling down your paper. Okay, so I am using Martha Stewart Modern Garland Punch, and I have my paper, so I'm going to just push the punch in. I've spread the wings out, and I'm going to punch. You will see that you have a diamond, and we're actually going to cut on both sides of that. You can use scissors if you want. I just choose to use a paper cutter. Doesn't have to be perfectly straight, but kind of straight would be nice. As I mentioned before, you're working off of your previous punch, so that's your line up, not so much the edge of the paper. So I have this point. I can get in here now. I'm going to come at this at a right angle. I can see the edge of where I punched before, and that's what I considered being lined up. I'll do the same thing on the other side. I'll come in at a right angle where I can just barely see, and I'll punch. Okay, so that's the end. Now I need to come straight along this piece of paper, but all of this is in my way. So beginning where this little part pokes out, I'm going to cut straight across. Okay, so now I'm just going to come in straight. I'll be able to see the edge of where I punched on my left side, and then I'll punch. So that's one. I'll do that again. 2. And then I'll do that again. 3. So if we just look at the piece that I'm working on, I can see that now I need to turn and go around that corner. So I'm at a diagonal, and I know I can't get at that, so I'm going to cut this piece of paper off. So I cut it off diagonally, and now I can get at this side. So I will come in at a right angle, and so all the way around you're doing a right angle. Okay, so now I've come across the corner. Coming around the corner, I know that I have to get in here, but this paper's in my way, so I need to trim it again. You can use scissors, like I said. I just like using a paper cutter. Alright, so now I know I can get in there. I will come at it at a right angle, matching up to my previous, and there we go. So now I can tell I have 2 punches left, and so I can't actually get in here because of this paper, so we're going to trim it one more time, and I just trim it right here where it pokes out. Alright, I will seat my punch again. I see to the left right where I punched it, and I'll punch. So that's 1, and then I have the 1 left. I can actually line it up on almost both sides. And there we go. And so Once you learn how to maneuver around the shape, you can make more complex shapes. The corners are the hardest, but when you think about for every step, you just need to be able to have your punch there, and if you can't, you trim it. Then once you've trimmed it, you can see exactly where to punch. On my card, instead of doing the 2 peaks in the center, I did 3, so this is a border that you can actually make as long as you want. So I hope you enjoyed, and I'll be back tomorrow with the last technique. Have a fun time punching.